Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. My name is DaReal, and we are back with some NBA 2K Mobile. In today's video, we will be breaking down the top gold players inside of NBA 2K Mobile. We'll give you a top 5 for each spot on your team. In addition to that, we'll give you a top 5 overall, tell you which cards you should be collecting, upgrading, and crafting. And at the end, we'll give you the top 5 team that you should be using for the gold rarity, all right? We've done these videos for all the amethyst positions in the game, along with the two newest themes, which is historic greats and the 2020 rookies. So be sure to check out those videos after this one. This was designed specifically for the newer players of the game. I did a poll on my community tab, and it looks like a lot of you guys are just jumping on board. So we're definitely here to help you out in the ride. So I'll have the opportunity to welcome a lot of new players to the NBA 2K Mobile community, and this is a good video to start. All right, so enough with that. Let's get into these breakdowns. In this video today, because there's 78 gold players, I'm simply gonna read off their overall stat averages from lowest to bottom. And then when I get into the top 5 for each position, I'll do a breakdown of what you should be focusing on. All right, so the lowest point guard is Matthew Dellavedova, coming in at a 2.6. DJ Augustin coming in at a 2.8. Then you got Patty Mills coming in at a 2.9. Jeremy Lin coming in at a 2.9. De'Aaron Fox at a 3.2. Dennis Schroeder at a 3.3. Rookie of the Year Derrick Rose 3.4. Chris Dunn coming at a 3.5. John Wall at a 3.7. Halloween John Wall at a 3.7. Rookie of the Year Chris Paul at a 3.8. Rookie of the Year Kyrie Irving at a 3.8 as well. And here goes the top 5 for the point guards. You got Stephen Curry at 3.9. Curry's strongest categories is shoot-off dribble, mid-range shooting, three-point shot, agility, and playmaking, all coming in at a 5. His areas of opportunity is post scoring and strength coming in at a 2. And then you have layups and dunks coming in at a 3. So those are items you can definitely boost up. Next, you have Ben Simmons coming in at a 4.0. His strengths is playmaking, agility, layups and dunks, all coming in at a 5. His lowest category is three-point shot, which is a 2. We're not surprised by that. But every other category is basically a 4, for the exception of shoot-off dribble, which is a 3. So you can definitely boost up Ben Simmons' three-point shot with gears and make him probably one of the best point guards overall. Then you have historic greats Kevin Johnson coming in at a 4. His strongest categories is playmaking, agility, three-point shot, mid-range shooting, and shoot-off dribble, all coming in at a 5, with his lowest categories being post scoring and rebounding coming in at a 2. Then you have Russell Westbrook at a 4.2. Russell's strongest areas is playmaking, agility, all coming in at a 5, and then every other category is a 4. So Russell overall is a monster. And guess what? Little sneak peek for future video coming up this week. We got Amethyst Russell Westbrook, so we're going to break them down too. Then you have, at a 4.2, steal leaders Allen Iverson, who has a 5 in defending, playmaking, agility, three-point shot, mid-range shooting, and shoot-off dribble, with the lowest scores being post scoring and rebounding, each having a 2. So again, those are areas you can boost up as well. So those are your top 5 point guards. So now let's get into the shooting guard position. So those are your top 5 point guards. Now out of the point guards, the ones that you can craft are steal leaders Allen Iverson, historic greats Kevin Johnson, gold foundation Steph Curry, Halloween John Wall, and rookie of the year Derrick Rose. All right, so here goes the shooting guards. We got Lou Williams at a 2.9, Tyler Johnson at a 3, Avery Bradley at a 3, Seth Curry at a 3.1, Malik Monk at a 3.2, J.R. Smith at a 3.2, rookie Matisse Thybulle at a 3.3, Mario Hezonja at a 3.5, Wesley Matthews at a 3.5, CJ McCollum at a 3.5, Donovan Mitchell also at a 3.5, and here goes your top 5 shooting guards, which is a bit of a surprise for some of them. Jacob Evans III is actually a 3.7. Strongest categories is a 4, which is multiple categories. So he's rated a 4 in almost all the categories, for the exception of layups and dunks. post scoring, and rebounding, which all come in at a 3. So he's very well rounded. Then you have rookie Nickeil Alexander-Walker coming in at a 3.7. Strongest stats is playmaking, which is a 5. And then the weakest stats is rebounding, which is a 2. Everything else is consisting of a 3 or 4. Then you got Michael Jordan, 4.2. Strongest stats is defending, playmaking, agility, mid-range shooting, and layups and dunks, with 5s in those categories. And then Jordan's lowest stats is for 3-point shot, strength, rebounding, all coming at a 3. Those are easy to boost up. Then you have steal leaders Michael Jordan, which has the same stats as Michael Jordan as well. And then overall, the top shooting guard is James Harden, coming in at a 4.4. Strongest categories is playmaking, agility, 3-point shot, mid-range shooting, and shoot-off dribble, coming in at a 5, with his lowest stats being rebounding, which is a 3. And again, you can boost that up. Now for the shooting guard position, the cards that can be crafted is steal leaders Michael Jordan and rookie Matisse Thybulle. So now let's get into the small forwards. All right, so for the small forwards, you got CJ Miles at a 3, Dezanan Musa at a 3.1, Jonathan Isaac at a 3.1, Tony Snell at a 3.3, DeMar Carroll at a 3.4, Kevin Knox at a 3.5, PJ Tucker at a 3.6, Rudy Gay at a 3.7, Jimmy Butler at a 3.9, Jason Tatum coming in at a 4 overall. Now, this is actually a 3-way tie for the 5th spot. So I'm going to break down the stats for the top 7. So Jason Tatum has a 5 in 3-point shot, 5 in mid-range shooting, and a 5 in shoot-off dribble, with his lowest attributes being in post scoring and rebounding, all at a 3, and strength as well. Then you have Paul George coming at a 4 overall. He has a 5 in defending, a 5 in 3-point shot, and his lowest category is post scoring, which is a 3, and rebounding at a 3. Everything else is a 4. And big shout out to Paul George, man. First 3 games back, he's been putting in work. It's great to see PG back in the NBA. He says he feels fresh, brand new shoulders. That's got to be an incredible feeling for a shooter. Next, you got rookie Chuma Okeke, who has a 5 in defending, 5 in 3-point shot, with his lowest stats being post scoring, which is a 3, and rebounding being a 3. Then you got at a 4.3 overall, Kawhi Leonard, who has a 5 in defending, 5 in mid-range shooting, and a 5 in shoot-off dribble, and a 5 in load management. No, I'm just kidding. He's got to rest up for sure. His areas of opportunity is pretty much nothing, because he has in the categories that he doesn't have a 5, they're all 4s. So he can boost up any of those categories and make him a complete player like he already is. Then the next card is steal leaders Kawhi Leonard, which has the same stats. Then you have at a 4.8, the king, LeBron James, who has a 5 in defending, playmaking, strength, agility, post scoring, mid-range shooting, layups and dunks, and shoot-off dribble. The king's lowest categories is 3-point shot and rebounding. And again, those are areas you can certainly upgrade. The king can be the best player overall in the game with the right gears. And then the top card is Rookie of the Year LeBron James, which is at a tie at 4.8 as well. For the small forward position, the cards that can be crafted is steal leaders Kawhi Leonard, foundation Kawhi Leonard, rookie Chuma Okeke, and that is it. So now let's get to the power forward position. All right, so for the power forward, you got Solomon Hill at a 2.9, historic greats John Sally at a 2.9, Robert Williams at a 3, Kenneth Faried at a 3.1, Larry Nance Jr. at a 3.3, Halloween Larry Nance Jr. at a 3.3, Patrick Patterson at a 3.5, Marvin Williams at a 3.6, LaMarcus Aldridge at a 3.7, Kevin McHale at a 3.8, Zion Williamson at a 3.9, rookie Brandon Clark at a 4. Now, I just want to point out that this Zion Williamson, the gold version, is rated, has an overall stat average less than the amethyst Zion Williamson. Now, I know a lot of stats are similar, but for some reason, the 2020 rookie Zion Williamson is much better. He's a 4.3 overall. I did a video on him yesterday, so you can check that out. But it's a big difference. So now the top 5, you got at 4 overall is rookie Brandon Clark. Our rookie Brandon Clark's strongest area is agility at a 5, whereas everything else is a 4 for the exception of 3-point shot being a 3. So he's well-rounded. Then you got Kristaps Porzingis, who has a 5 in post scoring, 3-point shot, mid-range shooting. His lowest category is a 2 in playmaking. So you can definitely focus on building that. Everything else is a 4. Then you got 4.1 rookie Luka Samanic, who has a 5 in agility, and every other category is a 4. Then you got Anthony Davis at a 4.2. Strongest areas is defending, post scoring, layups and dunks, all having a 5, with his area of opportunity being playmaking at a 3. Every other category is a 4. And then the best power forward overall for the gold rarity is steal leaders Karl Malone, who has a 5 in defending, 5 in rebounding, 5 in strength, 5 in post scoring, 5 in mid-range shooting, with his lowest category being 3-point shot, which is a 2. So those are your power forwards. The ones that can be crafted is steal leaders Karl Malone, rookie Luka Samanic, duels Kevin McHale, Halloween Larry Nance Jr., and historic greats John Sally. So now let's get into the centers. All right, so for the centers, it's a much smaller list. You got Miles Plumlee at a 2.6, DeAndre Jordan at a 3, Robin Lopez at a 3.1, Clint Capella at a 3.1, Halloween Clint Capella at a 3.1, Thon Maker at a 3.5, Dwight Howard at a 3.3. Here goes your top 5. You got Gorgui Dieng at a 3.4. Strongest category is a 5 in mid-range shooting, where his lowest categories is playmaking, which is a 2, and shoot off dribble being a 2. Everything else is either a 3 or 4. Then you have historic greats Vlade Divac at a 3.5. Vlade has a 5 in rebounding, and then every other category is either between 2, 3, and 4. The lowest categories is shoot off dribble, which is a 2, and playmaking, which is a 2. Then you got rookie Goga Bitadze, who has a 3.9. Strongest categories is strength, rebounding, all at a 5, while the weakest category is a 3, and that's shoot off dribble, agility, and defending. Then you have duels David Robinson at a 4.1. David Robinson's strength is defending, rebounding, strength, post scoring, all at a 5. Areas of opportunity is 3-point shot at a 2. And then the top center overall at a 4.4 is DeMarcus Cousins. Strongest categories is rebounding, strength, post scoring, layups and dunks, all coming at a 5, and everything else is 4. So Boogie's is a solid center. And looking at the list, out of the top centers, there's 3 of them that are craftable, which means that once those events are over, like duels David Robinson is no longer an event, so you can't craft them unless you have those collectibles. Rookie unique collectibles Goga Bitadze, and historic greats Vlade Divac unique collectibles as well. You can get those collectibles right now from events. For the rookies, you can get the collectibles from the one-day domination event and through packs, while Vlade you can get from, the last event that just finished, the Gauntlet, the upcoming event, which is domination, and then the last event, which is the fantasy finals. So the other cards that are craftable is Halloween Clint Capella, and that's a card that you can't craft right now because the Halloween event is over. Unless you have those collectibles stacked up, there's really not an opportunity to do so. Right, so those are all the positions. So now let's get into the top 5. The top 5 overall, the top 5 theme cards, the top 5 foundation, the top 5 craftable, your best team for gold, and then we'll do a recap of the top 5 positions, simply just naming them out. All right, so we are almost at the finishing line of this video. Told you it was jam-packed, but it's gonna help out you guys. All right, so the top 5 overall, you have steal leaders Karl Malone, then you got James Harden, then you got DeMarcus Cousins, then you got LeBron James, and then rookie of the year LeBron James. The top 5 theme cards is steal leaders Michael Jordan, steal leaders Allen Iverson, steal leaders Kawhi Leonard, steal leaders Karl Malone, and rookie of the year LeBron James. For the foundation cards, the best ones is Michael Jordan, Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, DeMarcus Cousins, and LeBron James. Your top craftable cards are steal leaders Michael Jordan, Steal leaders Allen Iverson, Kawhi Leonard, steal leaders Kawhi Leonard, and steal leaders Karl Malone. And now let's do a recap of the top positions, and then we'll do the best team for gold. So for the point guards, you had Steph Curry, Ben Simmons, historic greats Kevin Johnson, Russell Westbrook, and Allen Iverson. For shooting guard, you had Jacob Evans III, rookie Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Michael Jordan, steal leaders Michael Jordan and James Harden. Small forwards, you had Jason Tatum, Paul George, rookie Chuma Okeke, Kawhi Leonard, steal leaders Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and rookie of the year LeBron James. For center, you got rookie Brandon Clark. For power forward, you got rookie Brandon Clark, Kristaps Porzingis, rookie Luma Samanic, Anthony Davis, and steal leaders Karl Malone. And then for the center position, you got Gorgui Dieng, historic greats Vlade Divac, rookie Goga Batadze, duels David Robinson, and DeMarcus Cousins. So your best team for the gold rated at point guard will be steal leaders Allen Iverson. At shooting guard will be foundation James Harden. At small forward will be rookie of the year LeBron James. At power forward will be steal leaders Karl Malone. And at center will be DeMarcus Cousins. Now, if you were just to do a foundation team, the point guard will be Russell Westbrook. Shooting guard still will be James Harden. Small forward will be LeBron James. Power forward will be Anthony Davis. And your center will be DeMarcus Cousins. So that is it. That is the end of the gold rarity video. We covered so much in this video, and I hope that it helps the new players out big time, from now to, the life of the game. All right, I'll be working on the other rarities. These videos take time. Obviously, I got to compile the data, but I try to fill in other content in between as well. So, if there's a gap between one rarity video to the other, that's the reason why, all right? So I appreciate all the support you guys have been showing on the channel. It means a lot, and I'm grateful of it. So thank you. Peace out.